Take me out to the mall game, M-A-U-L. Take me out through the shroud. Buy me some
darkness.
me guts and ghoul attacks. I don't care if I ever see my friends and family again. For it's spook, spook, spook for the bone team, skeletons. If they break in, we'll get maimed. For it's one boo, strikes you're out at the old mall, M-A-U-L game. Welcome to HowDoWeHuman. It's the podcast where we overanalyze all the weird and uncomfortable micro moments in life. I am one of your hosts. I'm Lewis. I'm one of your hosts, Evan Cox.
And I'm no jack-o'-lantern. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Binning.
We're out here doing the OV. It's that time of year. It's the World Fearies. You all know it. I feel like there doesn't need to be much more explanation than that. And let's get into it.
Let's give one just for fun.
Okay, fine.
This is, of course, our Halloween episode. Our past two Halloween episodes, we had the candy draft with Tori and Wes. The other year, we had the haunted house draft with Kaylee and Zach. And this year, we have the World Fearies draft. We'll explain what that is in just a second. But it's just with me and Evan.
Damn
no
straight.
Guests.
Except the
Is
ghosts
that due
in
to
this cabin.
scheduling?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Evan is also on vacation, so we may get some haunting guests as he is in a cabin in the woods. Are you in the woods?
I am in the woods.
Great. That'll be a very good ambiance then for this episode. Of course, the World Series of Baseball and Halloween are coinciding this year. I don't know if they do every year. I know they have in the past.
It's generally in late October.
Yeah. But what we're doing is combining these two things. We are each acting as the coach / general manager of a baseball team. And we're drafting horror movie characters in each of the defensive field positions and trying to see who comes up with the team that would win the baseball game between the two of us. Who would win the World Fearies?
Exactly. Like I said, needs no explanation.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All the listeners were like, come on, we know what this is. Don't explain it to me like I'm a child.
Just give it to me. Give me the goods. This, with having done sporting events recently, this is the most we've talked about baseball. And we talked about off the pod, we talked with baseball, or we talked with Derek about baseball.
We talked with baseball about Derek.
We talked with baseball itself. And now, hey, your very own, your favorite team, the Arizona Diamondbacks, made it to their second ever World Series.
And the first time that they went to the World Series is the last time I personally remember baseball overlapping with Halloween, because when we were out trick-or-treating in 2001, everybody, all the families are like out in the driveway with their little TVs or radios watching or listening to the World Series as we all go trick-or-treat to their homes.
Yeah. And you showed up at the door. You said, knock, knock. This is no Ding Dong Ditch, and I'm no jack-o'-lantern. My name is Lewis. Welcome to the World Fearies.
That is exactly what I said. And, 22 years ago, I had no idea just how prescient of a quote that would be.
But here we are, the first annual World Fearies. It's annual now. We're doing this every year. Drafting from the same pool of players.
I feel like I'm at a disadvantage, if I'm being honest, Evan. Because I feel like you both, more about both horror movies and baseball. So
that's fair.
We'll see what happens as we put these teams together.
Yeah. I don't know. I do, not to throw in another reason I might be good, I do a lot of fantasy football. So I'm used to fantasy drafts, but being used to fantasy drafts makes me know that if all optics show that you've got the upper hand, man, that's when you get the shit beaten out of you. So I come in full of hubris, ready to get spooked.
Yeah. All right. Well, what Evan and I are going to be doing today
is drafting spook for the Bone team.
We're going by National League rules, meaning we're just drafting the nine starters. We're not, going into the bullpen for the relief pitchers and the closer.
Yeah.
There's no designated hitter on the team. We're just going through those 9 basic positions. And in order to help keep it a little bit easier for both us and anyone watching on our YouTube channel at HowDoWeHuman, we've got I've got a template here that we will fill in as we go.
Nice.
To help keep track of who's got what, who's on first, of course, and all those other positions as well. We're drafting those 9 players, and then at the end, we each got to come up with a silly little team name.
Oh, good. Perfect. Okay. It'll come to me. I'll see my lineup and be like,
yeah, you'll be inspired.
This is what it should be called.
How would you like to determine who goes first?
I mean, I said you could go first, but that seems unsports-like.
Yeah, I think there needs to be still a competition, a factor.
Arm wrestling?
Yeah, let's arm wrestle.
Also, for people who are watching on YouTube, I'm laying in a bed, and so I'm getting a little double chin action going on here. So,
if there's ever been a
out.
reason to check out our YouTube channel, this is it.
This is it. Yeah, I'd say flip a coin. I don't have a coin. I have some earplugs. I have a water bottle. I'm not going to flip that. The water's going to go everywhere. I can flip my phone.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a coin toss is tradition. Let me see if I can just find an online coin toss.
Perfect.
All right, Evan. Heads or tails? And then I will try to flip it, and I'll try to angle the screen at you.
My instinct was heads, but
okay.
This is the spookiest of months and events. I feel like my instinct has to be wrong. So I'm going to say tails.
Interesting. Okay. And flipping. It is tails, Evan, with the first pick.
Because it's the spookiest of months. And my instincts are wrong. Before we officially, I make that first pick, I do want to just ask in general, you feeling spooky this month? You feeling in a Halloween-y mood? Are you guys decorating the place? Or are you you're busy? You're not feeling it yet?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, we have some decor out. I think this weekend, we're obviously recording this before Halloween, but this weekend, in theory, we'll have some pumpkin carving and a costume party to go to. But in theory, yeah. I mean, it's you never want to say that you're going to something until you go. But
yeah,
it does feel like, I mean, we were in Ohio this past week, so we got to see the fall colors and stuff. on the leaves, which was helpful, to get into that spookier mood. But it does feel like there's less like excitement, less like media talking about Halloween and fall and stuff. It just kind of feels like it's like it's just kind of happening, but nobody's really paying attention.
It's alarmingly close to Halloween. And it doesn't feel like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's happening all that much this year. We've watched a few horror movies, but that's about it, and we love Halloween, so we'll see. When we get back, maybe we go all out. But yeah, I don't know, a little bit more on the baseball side at the moment. So maybe
that
this is
true.
A lot of baseball talk.
I did go to Halloween Horror Nights as well, but I did it at like the start of September, so it was still fun, but it isn't like in the right time.
Yeah. How you get spooky.
I know.
Someone's
the sirens
dead.
out there. Spooky.
Okay. I think it's time to kick this off.
All right, Evan, pick number one.
Pick number one. I'm having a hard time. You'd expressed some concern that we'd be going for the same players. And here's the thing. I've got one big one in mind. But here's the thing. I've come up with some other great options that can fit in these positions, and I don't know where to put this person, but it feels like I gotta take him.
Okay,
I think I figured it out. With the number one pick.
Yeah.
As the catcher for my team.
Okay.
It's that creepy old man from the basement, Fred Krueger.
Okay, yeah, this is apparently not all of this sheet is able to be filled in like I thought it was.
Interesting.
So I will have to get a little creative
there
here.
You go. That'll work.
As this happens. But yes, this is a what just happened? All right, I guess I won't mess with all of this, but great choice, Evan. This, of course, was somebody that I had my eye on as well, although for a different spot on the team.
See, the way I see it, he's got the glove, and that's allowed. You can't tell Freddie he can't use his gloves. How's he not going to catch?
Yeah, agreed.
He's going to skewer the ball. And then off a skewer, he can just fling it to first base or whatever, second base, third base, wherever he needs to go. And on the way, he'll be like, double play, bitch. And double slay, maybe? That's better.
Yeah. Apologies to now anybody watching this. You're going to see me really struggle to fill in
it's pretty
this document.
Yeah, it's not working. It looks so perfect. And then the second you tried to type something in, and it just showed up in the middle of the screen.
Well, and that's the thing is all of this stuff up here, I was able to fill in automatically.
That's so weird.
So I didn't even check any of this down here.
Why would you?
But yeah, I mean, we'll see how this goes. I will, to show my hand a little bit. I did mention I was looking at Freddy Krueger. I was looking at him for shortstop, but only because in that first Nightmare on Elm Street, he could stretch his arms out really far.
That's a good point.
Okay, we'll cover. But that a great choice, Evan.
Thank you. Also, he's going to be getting in your team's heads the night before, psyching them out.
That's very true. And this, I'm glad you bring that up because I am going to, for my first pick.
Oh boy.
And again, ignore me as I start to get this text box ready.
It's great. Go to YouTube, everyone.
Yeah. But I am going to draft my pitcher first.
Okay.
I put on Instagram while I was sitting in the Chicago Midway Airport, I put out a little post asking people what their favorite horror movie characters were, what their favorite baseball position was. And at hand.hartnett did say that the pitcher was the favorite baseball position. She said also that the favorite character for her would be Shelley Duvall in The Shining.
Oh.
I am not drafting Shelley Duvall in The Shining.
She had that baseball bat.
I am drafting. That's true. I am drafting somebody who, like Freddy Krueger, is very psychologically involved, and somebody who can get in the heads of your team.
Okay.
Somebody who kicked off this recent trend of every single horror movie being about grief.
Yeah.
And just somebody who's a fun little guy to imagine on the pitcher's mound. I am going with the Babadook.
T. Babadook.
T. Babadook.
T is for Trevor.
Yeah. Oh my God, what is happening? Why can I not make this work?
Because it's spooky. This is how it had to go.
It's true.
All right. Trevor Babadook.
Trevor Babadook.
He's very tall.
Is my pitcher. Very
Got
tall.
that big hat.
Absolutely. Got that big hat.
We were thinking the same way of like, I don't really at all have a reasoning for having the Babadook on my team, but that's the funniest. You got to have the Babadook. One of us has to have the Babadook on the team.
One of us has to
absolutely
pick the Babadook.
A first round pick. And good point. I think you were right. The Babadook might have been the start of that. I always placed that at Hereditary, but Babadook, that's a little origin story for all these fucking sad horror movies.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
I don't know if I can get the pitching icon over here. You know what? Here, I'll do it. I'm gonna do it.
That's what I was
gonna go all the way down and do that.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, Evan, your second choice.
Man. All right. This is an important position. It's already discussed once.
Yeah.
I need a shortstop.
Okay.
I know pitcher is very important to draft, but I don't think you're coming for my pitcher. I think my pitcher I got under control. Shortstop.
Yeah.
You need to be fast. You got to be able to catch that ball, zoom here, zoom there, double play potential. I feel like there's a like every time we do anything, there's like logic and the like, of course that's what Evan would pick. And then there's what I want to pick, which is a little dumber and makes a little less sense.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But I'm going to place that's I like all the question marks. That's my
I might just try and get them all set up as question marks here.
Oh man,
as we go along,
I'm second guessing myself.
Try and get proactive.
I'm second guessing myself. Is that bad?
It could be.
It could be bad.
I don't.
No,
we're gonna
I'm sticking with my
here
gut
on this chart. So,
it doesn't. This doesn't feel worth it.
I know. I might have to just open a Google Doc or something. This is bad.
It's great. I love it. For my shortstop, I am going to pick one of the zombies from 28 Days Later.
Oh, okay.
Fast little fellas.
I'm going to say, zombie. 28 Days.
The Sandra Bullock movie.
Shortstop. Yep.
What's the O?
Interesting choice.
Thank you.
That's a good choice. I like it because it doesn't affect what I have.
I'm wondering if you were thinking
so I
the
don't have
same.
to lose another one.
That's what I'm thinking.
You know, I was thinking about like creatures in general, like just one creature.
Absolutely.
And I guess in a way, this isn't really who I would want to pick next, but it just kind of segues nicely. So I'm just going to do it anyway.
Perfect.
So I'm going all the way out to the outfield, Evan.
Fantastic.
I need somebody strong in right field. This is somebody who may not get a lot of the balls hit out to them. But has a lot of power behind them.
Yeah.
Can be a little sneaky as well. So I'm going to put out in right field. I'm going to put another T name, another Trevor. I'm going to put the Predator out in right field.
Well, he could catch it in his big old mouth. Ow.
Exactly.
That's good. And
thank you.
Well, his little wrist thing shoots like a laser, but he also has like a little arrow thing he shoots out of it. He could connect the ball to that and shoot that sucker all the way back in. I like it.
Not to mention turn invisible.
That helps.
You know, he's got the infrared vision. If that helps at all,
it might come up.
You never know.
Maybe it's cold out and that ball is hot.
Yeah, we just don't know.
We can't say.
I don't know who you're drafting. Maybe you have a pick that would light the ball on fire.
Possible. Okay, I think I'm also going to the outfield now.
Okay, you gonna put an angel out there?
Putting Christopher Lloyd out there from that horror movie, Angels in the Outfield. Where do I want to go? I'm thinking, what'd you do, right field? I'm going to go left field.
I did right field, yeah.
Because I'm not really differentiating between these particularly. I'm thinking about a guy, back to gloves, and maybe this works its way into my team name. It's got a natural glove. Guy's webbed as a motherfucker.
Okay.
It's the creature from the Black Lagoon, baby.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to call him C. Black Lagoon.
It sounds like a footnote, like it's a creature asterisk and at the bottom, C. Black Lagoon.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And you know what, Evan? This might not be like a great like drafting strategy for me.
Okay.
But I do like just taking what you suggest and picking whoever segues the nicest into it.
It works.
Which means I'm going with a classic horror movie character as well. From that Universal monster pool or lagoon. And I'm putting him out in center field because we know that this person is able to get up high. And I think that's important to rob some of these home runs. And so in center field, I'm going to put Count Dracula out in center field.
And he's going to love being out there.
Yeah, him and the Predator hanging out there in my outfield.
Yeah. Dracula. He's got the sex appeal. What you're looking for out of a center fielder.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, everybody loves to see people in those baseball pants, and Dracula for sure not going to disappoint.
Closest to the cheap seats. And what's more appropriate? He could turn into a bat.
Yeah, that's relevant,
When
you guys.
it's his time to go up to bat,
He'll be at bat.
he'll be a bat at bat.
A bat at
Bat at
bat.
bat.
That's good.
That's
good.
Good thing. You ask any baseball player in the World Series right now, they wish they could be a bat when they're at bat. Any of them.
Any of them.
Anyone. Trust me.
Go ahead. We'll wait.
Test us. Well, now similar to what you're doing, I'm segueing off of the positions that you're doing because I got a center fielder. Okay, there's a problem.
Okay,
because of course I'm going to draft someone that there's a problem with. It's not just like
there's a problem. Immediately,
there's immediately a problem.
Evan's got a problem.
I'm thinking center field. These are, if it's not a homer, these are pop flies.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make up stuff. If that's okay. Your honor.
Yeah, go for it. I'm busy fiddling with this graphic, so you do whatever you got to do.
If you got people on base already, you're not slamming that sucker into center field. You know what I mean? You're going right, you're going left.
Sure.
You're trying to split the difference there. So, I got the creature from the Black Lagoon out there at left already. He's got those webbed fingers ready to catch a ball.
Yeah.
So at center field, I just need a mass, something that can just envelop the ball. There's no getting past this.
Oh,
I am drafting.
Right. I think I know where you're going.
Blob at center field.
That's a great pick.
Now the ball will dissolve in his body, and he can't get it back.
And I don't know how that character will be at bat. That's a great pick to put out in the outfield.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. That's on me. I'm the coach. I'll set the rotation. Maybe he's got a designated hitter. We're not drafting them. But
just as a side note to consider that's what the case is.
And maybe his designated hitter is just Matt Dillon from the Blob. Maybe he's good at baseball. I don't fucking know. Do we really know anything about Matt Dillon? Ask yourself that.
Yeah, we'll wait. All right, I'm going to move over to second base, which is what I say on all my dates as well. This is strictly in the same vein as the Babadook, in that, I just think this is a silly little guy. And I want him to be on my team. And that is from the feature film Sinister.
Oh,
I'm drafting Bagul. At second base. Because I just think that's I think maybe even similar to Dracula. I mean, that's another. He's got that long black hair. He dresses nice. So I think that I'm really just trying to bring in all sorts of demographics, much like Taylor Swift is doing to football. Mm-hmm. I think Count Dracula and Bagul can do to baseball.
Okay. Are they getting together? Is that the relation?
It's them with the fans, baby.
I love it. Bagul did not even cross my mind.
Okay, great.
When you said, I love this little guy, that's the last person I would have thought of. I love it. You threw me for a loop.
Great.
Okay. I think, you're following my direction with creatures. I'm following your direction with positions. I think I need a first baseman.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
What do you need as a first baseman?
Yeah.
You got to be all hands, baby. You got to be like, you got to catch that ball. You got to throw that ball. You got to be able to see. What if you could see out your hand?
Fuck, this guy was on my team
Taking
too.
the Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
And he's my first baseman, and I'm excited.
P-Man.
P-Man.
On first base. That's a great pick. That's also not where I was going to put him. But that's a great choice because we were thinking the same thing. So now I'm torn, Evan, because now I gotta figure out: do I want to follow your lead with first base, or do I want to try and put somebody where I was going to put the Pale Man? I think I gotta wait on the Pale Man. Similar to shortstop, I think I gotta wait on the Pale Man as well. So I'll go to first base, and this will piggyback off of Hand.Hartnett's call as well for Wendy from The Shining. I'm going to put Jack Torrance from The Shining at first base. An axe and a baseball bat are not quite the same, but man, does he love to swing it. And so for his offensive ability more so, I'm going to put Jack Torrance.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Sure.
That's good clubhouse spirit,
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about when you're on a baseball team, work is play. So we get to bridge those two, and he's only, I would say, more athletic when something's gotten into his head. So your Freddy Krueger thing's gonna only help my boy Jack out there at the plate.
We've seen him throw a ball. He throws that fucking tennis ball. He's launching that thing across the wall.
Yes.
That's what you need out of first baseman. All right. We'll ignore that he froze to death. There's a chance most of these people are dead.
A lot of these didn't quite make it out.
Okay. Man, okay. So we got...
How are you going to segue off of that?
So we got 3 positions left. I think that's part of it. I need to remember. I have a pitcher, a right fielder. Are we missing something?
So Evan,
pitcher,
you are
right
missing right field, pitcher, and second.
Oh wait,
third base.
The numbers are off. So I've got 4 more picks.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. I could only get this as good as
as good as it is.
This cannot be clearer than it is
like
here.
That other famous Jack Torrance movie. It's as good as it gets.
That's right. He was playing the same character. Not a lot of people realize that.
All right. At a certain point, cause I got my favorite guy out there, and I want him on the team, but I can't find a good place for the man.
I think I know who you're thinking of when you say your favorite man. And I was wondering where you were going to put this guy.
This guy's super strong.
Yeah.
But he's not very fast. So I don't want him to have to move much at all.
Yeah.
I think I'm putting him at third base. You need to be able to rely on someone to catch that and launch it somewhere. I'm putting Michael Myers on third base.
Yeah. That's I knew he was going to be in the mix for you.
Somewhere.
I just did not know where he was going
I freaking love this guy.
Up. This works well for me because I was going to segue off of Jack Torrance, but I could also segue off of Michael Myers because I'm also drafting my third base player, and I'm using a very similar thought as I did with Jack Torrance. This is much more about batting ability.
Yeah.
We've seen them swing something before, and I want to see them swing that sweet, sweet bat. And also, like, I'm such a progressive person. That's why I'm putting Annie Wilkes, Kathy Bates' character from Misery.
Love it.
At third base.
Love that so much. The best. I genuinely, and now I'm tempted to. Okay, I need to take stock. Give me a second.
Yeah.
So I need second base, pitcher, and right fielder.
Correct.
Okay, I know my pitcher I want. Do I have... How much room do I have to fuck around here? I think I'm good. All right, I think I'm good. This is great. I'm segueing directly off of what you just said because I thought you were taking someone. And I want to see if you could figure it out before I say it. I'm going to put them out. Put them on second base.
Okay.
On second base, I think they're just going to be reliable.
Yeah.
They're going to be
Don't
reliable.
mind me fiddling with the text box.
But at bat, I can't wait to tell this fella to swing away.
Are you drafting Joaquin Phoenix from Signs?
Swing away, Meryl.
Damn, that's a good pull, Evan.
Meryl, I think is his name.
Yeah.
From Signs.
Like Meryl?
I'll look him up. We got some of the best swingers around here. Merrill Hess.
Okay, so we'll go M. Hess. Great.
I feel
that's
good.
a good pull.
Oh.
And so who I have left is left field, shortstop, and catcher.
Okay.
I guess I'll go with shortstop, I guess. Because shortstop, what? You want somebody quick?
Yeah.
Reactionary.
Yeah, quick reflexes.
And so I really debated where to put this person. I had them in the outfield for a little while, but I think with Freddy Krueger out of the mix for me, I think that I guess I'm going to have to go with, and I'll adjust where this text box is in a second, don't you worry. I'm going to put Ghostface
love that.
At shortstop.
Yes.
Relatively quick.
He's going to be so much more graceful out there without like a bunch of shit to trip over. Otherwise, he's very fast. Just a clumsy guy.
Yeah. He is a clumsy guy. I mean, that cloak can get a little...
Could be a bit much.
Can get a little clumsy. But
true.
I'm going to put Ghostface at shortstop.
Ghostface didn't even cross my mind
Interesting.
And we know thoroughly.
I mean, hey, Meryl never crossed my mind. So
mine either. But we know Ghostface through all these movies. We know Ghostface. We're all Ghostface. Anyone can be Ghostface.
Yeah,
you could just put
anyone can wear the mask.
Baseball player. It's a good pick. All right. You mentioned.
So you have what? Right field and pitcher.
Right field and pitcher are left
for you.
You mentioned how fucking progressive you are with Annie Wilkes.
Yeah,
but let's say the Blob has no gender. Okay, Creature from the Black Lagoon. We put the gender we want on the Creature of the Black Lagoon. Just
we want the creature to represent all of us.
We want the Creature of the Black Lagoon to be hetero. They fall in love with that lady. But that said, bit of a sausage fest. So, out at right field. There's not really a particular reason that you would need this, but I'm just going to say, in general, in my clubhouse, could never hurt to have someone with telekinetic abilities. I'm looking at you, Carrie. You made the cut.
Okay. Nice. That's a good pick. When I was looking at different characters today, I did see Carrie come up, and I was like, well, what? I don't know what to do with that, but that's a good pick to put her back out there.
Same kind of idea, but it's just like, I know that's going to help. It's going to come in handy.
Yeah.
Maybe the ball's going over the fence. She's like, no, it's not. It's going in my glove.
Okay, so now we've got an interesting place to be here because I have right field and catcher are left for me, I think.
No, you already got right field. You need left field.
Oh, sorry, left field. And I don't know. We'll see. Maybe you'll veto this pick. Because it came up a couple times when I was looking at these lists, but I don't know if this person necessarily falls into this group. So what I'd like to do is put in left field somebody fast, with a good arm, who can maybe even run up the foul post to catch things.
Superman?
Will you accept, my dear boy, King Kong in left field?
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Okay.
Yes. Love that. Real team player.
Absolutely.
The Goodyear blimp going over, that thing's fucked. And he might get distracted.
Yeah. He might get distracted.
Might see one
right. If he sees a pretty blonde lady in the crowd.
Pretty blonde woman.
I know, that's the problem. I may have fucked myself over here, Evan. With all the ladies that Count Dracula and Bagul are going to be bringing into my stadium, it might fuck up King Kong's concentration. Oh, I didn't even think about this. But it's too late. I've drafted him. All right, Evan.
Bagul as a sex symbol. All right. This one.
All right, I'm gonna put it under additional players. Okay, that's where your pitcher's gonna go, and that's where my catcher's gonna go. This is interesting though, Evan, because I started with pitcher, you're ending with pitcher. You started with catcher, and I'm ending with catcher.
That's interesting.
Isn't that fascinating?
Comment, please.
Let us know. Is that interesting?
All right. I know what I want from my pitcher.
Okay.
I don't know if you have necessarily seen any movie from this franchise, but this guy's got balls. And this guy launches those balls. And those balls do some fucking damage. I'm talking about the tall man from the Phantasm series.
Okay, I have never... much like Pale Man, this is going to be T Man. But no, I have never seen a movie from that
He's a
series.
tall man. He's Angus Scrim.
Okay.
And he's got these little silver balls, and they little like knives come out of it and stab people in the face. I think that's going to be to my benefit. I think he can pitch with those.
Okay.
And if that's against the rules, we're fucked. I don't think there's many rules in the World Fearies.
No, I don't think so either. Well, that means for my catcher, this is
It's a big deal.
Somebody who, look, we're gonna save a little bit of money.
Yeah.
I'm already in that general manager mindset of cut costs wherever possible. And this guy, as my catcher, he's already got a mask, baby. Granted, it's from a different sport, but it's going to still protect his face.
That's good.
I'm going to put Jason Voorhees behind. It auto-corrected to Voorheen. I'm going to put him there behind home plate. He'll be working with the Babadook in order to strike you guys out.
This is good. This is good. Jason, and he'll be back there. You know, people from my team, Merrill Hess is up getting ready to swing away. And he's going to be back there shit talking like, what was that? It's going to be good.
You know, we still have to come up with our team names.
That's true.
Of course.
I got to think about
that. But now that we've drafted all of our players, Evan, I want to know, was there any player or character, rather, that you wanted or thought about drafting but then convinced yourself not to or couldn't find a place?
First,
there's at least one for me, but go ahead.
I won't spoil this, but you had mentioned, like, we didn't know how long this was going to take. And so far, looking at it, this took the perfect amount of time. We crushed it. If you had mentioned, like, do we want to get, like, a commentator or something? I'm going to say all these things, but then we can each have one auxiliary player, just whoever you want, a commentator, a coach, whatever. Because I got
it. So just fill in some role,
auxiliary fill-in spot. Okay. Just because I have a stupid joke I want to make. Okay. Who was on my list? I got a lot of what I'd listed when I was saying there's a logical option and a dumb option for my shortstop. Dracula was the good option. But instead I went with a zombie who doesn't think about anything but brains. But he's fast. Or she. We also didn't specify that zombie.
That's true.
That could be anybody. The only other one that I'm like, man, there's use for all those hands and all those mouths. The xenomorph from Alien.
Yeah, for sure.
That was a big loss, but I got a strong team, I feel like.
Yeah. The main one that I really was like, and especially because I was trying to think of like our graphic for our social media for this episode.
Gonna have fun.
I was trying to think of like fun ones for that too. So I was thinking about Pennywise. I was like, I really want to see if I can get Pennywise in there, but I talked myself out of it. Yeah. And if you had picked Pennywise, I was going to bring this up as a little snobby little douchey counter to you. You know, your team's only going to be good, once every 20-something years?
That's true.
He takes too much time off between the seasons.
Too much time off. Sometimes he's a giant spider. He's unreliable.
A liability in the clubhouse.
It's a big deal. But Ghoul's not going to put up with that shit.
Bagul's not gonna put up with Pennywise's bullshit.
Bagul has a real diva vibe about him. He might
but the ladies love it.
He might be clubhouse poison. Look out. I don't trust him.
The other person that I wanted to to throw out, and I just didn't. I've never seen these movies, so I didn't know what to do with her. But I did think it'd be funny to draft the nun. But I, again, had no idea what to do with her.
I just realized 5 of my players are mute. So that's
it's gonna be tough to have some team building stuff.
I have a feeling Freddy Krueger is gonna get old fast. To old Carrie and Meryl. The only other 2 players I have who speak. I think the tall man talks. I think he talks, just not very much. Oof. Good shit. Awesome.
Yeah. All right, Evan.
Yes.
Sorry, I was gonna say, do you have your team name?
Oh God, yeah. I gotta think about that. Who's my? I gotta think like who's my team captain? You know, who's probably one of the talkers.
You would assume so.
Honestly, you know what's really cute to think about? It's Meryl.
I think it's Meryl as well for you.
All these fucking monsters. Just Joaquin Phoenix. All right, guys. Let's get ready. They're a tough team out there. Jason's going to be getting in our heads. I just got to swing away. So, okay. You know what it is? I'm glad I took a second to think of this.
Yeah.
Because it was worth it.
Okay.
We're the spooky swingers.
The spooky swingers.
See,
I
that's
like
cool. That's a cool name.
Now I gotta think of my team captain, and I don't know. Feel free to chime in if you feel like you know who my team captain would be. Because at first I was also gonna pick my second baseman, Bagul, but I think he might. I don't think he is the team captain. I think you're right. He's too much of a diva to be the team captain.
I know. Which also, looking over yours, you got a lot of non-talkers also. It's just the thing with horror movies. But
it is, yeah. I mean, it's scarier that way, I guess.
Who is A, a smooth talker, and B, can make people do what he wants with his mind? It's Dracula. He can get your team.
I agree with you.
All
I think
on the
it
same
is
page
Dracula
before every game.
And I think it is Dracula. I think that's maybe why Bagul is going to be some clubhouse poison, is because like the 2 sex symbols, Bagul and Dracula, are going to, really be butting heads over who the big draw is. But I do think Dracula is the better captain.
Just to be clear, you're thinking like a Bela Lugosi Dracula, or like a Gary Oldman, Christopher Lee.
I mean, closer to Bela Lugosi.
Okay.
I think we're between Lugosi and Nicolas Cage in Renfield. I think that's kind of where I'm going back and forth.
It's good.
But yeah, your classic Dracula, not your Gary Oldman Dracula. Man, I guess we've talked about how he can turn into a bat, so I feel like Bat is in the team name.
Bat Boys?
Yeah, Bat Boys. That's it. What you gonna do?
Bat Boys.
Bat Boys. Bat Boys. To be clear, Annie's a huge fan of the name.
Yes, absolutely loves it. She wants to be one of the Bat Boys.
Yeah. All right, so we could pick. You're saying you want to pick one other,
of course,
person to just fill a role.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. All right. We'll let's see if I can add. We'll put this down here.
Okay.
All right, Evan. What is it? Who are you drafting, and for what purpose?
I just want to draft Bat Boy to be Bat Boy.
Okay, B for Bat Boy
from the National Enquirer. I just want Bat Boy on the team.
Yeah, I'm gonna cheat a little bit here because I'm gonna draft a commentating team.
Okay.
They are not people who have interacted before.
Oh, okay.
But, I'm going to put up in the booth. I'm gonna put Chucky.
Great.
And Jigsaw. I think that's a fun team to have up there. Of course, Jigsaw, being the main analyst and Chucky providing color commentary.
Absolutely, man, I'd love that. That sounds great.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Sounds real fun.
All right, so to run it back down, Evan's team is the Spooky Swingers with Freddy Krueger, a zombie, the creature from the Black Lagoon, the Blob, the Pale Man, Michael Myers, Meryl Hess, Carrie White, and the Tall Man with Bat Boy as Bat Boy.
It's a good team.
And they would be playing against my team, the Bat Boys.
Ironic.
With the Babadook, the Predator, Count Dracula, Bagul, Jack Torrance, Annie Wilkes, Ghostface, King Kong, and Jason Voorhees with commentary from Jigsaw and Chucky.
Man.
Let us know. Reach out to us. Let us know which team you would love to follow through a season and which of these two teams you think would win the World Fearies. And also, tell us how attracted you are to Bagul. You can find this podcast on a variety of platforms.
True.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Pocket Casts, HowDoWeHuman.com, anywhere that you get your podcasts. You can rate, review, comment, subscribe, follow, all of those wonderful things. All of them are great tools as well to help us grow a bigger audience and then have more guests and have more fun, ridiculous draft episodes like this.
Seriously.
You can also, by the way, if there are podcasts or YouTubers that you watch that you think would be good collaborators with us that you'd like to see us work with or them work with us, let us know and we can start reaching out to them. You can also check us out on our social media. You can follow us on Instagram at HowDoWeHuman.
We got that handle.
You can check us out on Facebook at HowDoWeHuman.
I don't think you're ready for that handle.
Find us on YouTube. You can see me struggle with that roster this whole episode at HowDoWeHuman.
Grim grinning ghosts, they got that handle too.
Or send us an email to howdowehumanpod@gmail.com.
The best part of that handle is that it's an email.
So spooky.
Thank you.
We talked about whether or not there'd be plugs, and then we didn't decide if we were going to do them or not.
Here's what I could say, because I had an important thought, and we'll go out with this. Ready?
Okay.
I told you off mic. I've been watching law movies. I've been watching court-based movies.
Yeah.
Movies with lawyers. Bunch of stuff from the 90s. I'd never seen most of these, and there's some good shit in there. But the other
You want to draft a baseball team with movie lawyers?
Yes. There's a few good men. He's a baseball. You play baseball? Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
You play baseball in that movie.
Yeah. Can't hide it from me.
Now, segue. Tom Cruise, also a lawyer in The Firm, which I watched, and it was fine. By the end of it, there's minor spoilies for The Firm. I'm not saying what happens. I'm just saying by the end of it.
Do things get firmer?
Things get firm. firmest for Tom. Tom Cruise is on the run, and 3 villains are chasing him down, essentially trying to kill him.
Yeah, okay.
These 3 people, Jigsaw, Dean Norris, Hank from Breaking Bad, Wilford Brimley.
Wow.
Power trio. I was so happy.
I don't want to, maybe this is like I'm thinking of them a little too recently, but that seems like Tom Cruise is leaving them in the dust easy.
He pretty much does.
Okay.
He runs very fast in that movie.
He's a fast runner. Should we do an Olympic team draft?
Yeah, I mean, the Olympics are coming up.
They're coming up.
They're coming up. Don't think we won't. Because I got to admit, this was fun as fuck.
This was a good time. I had a lot of fun with this stupid episode.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to put Bagul on my Olympic team.
And
he's just so dang sexy.
I'm so sad to not have a mononym on my team. And that adds to his sex appeal. One name.
It does.
Bagul. More
Bagul.
like, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.